Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Thank you to those who are watching on YouTube or listening on podcast. We greatly appreciate it as well. Iwanyk in alongside Hernan, Salas, and Murray McCourt. And boys, how are we doing on this Monday? Rainy Monday morning.
I'm not the one that stayed up till 1 a.m. Watching a movie, so I'm doing fine.
I'm good, yeah. I didn't mean to stay up that late. It just happened. So, yeah. No, good, man. What a weekend in sports.
Yeah, we had F1. We had World
NASCAR.
Series. We had NASCAR. Did we have NASCAR? Was it the end of NASCAR?
No, one more race. What a race. Yeah.
So this is the second last race?
Like, I know no one cares, so I'll make it quick.
No, it's the hangout. This is what we talk about.
But what a rush NASCAR has become in my life. Holy smokes. There's nothing like it. Like F1, like it's okay, but F1's like third in my books now. Like Indy and NASCAR have taken, like it's just more exciting. Because in F1, there's rarely any passing. Not a lot of excitement when it comes to it, you know? But wow, what a race yesterday.
All right, I got to ask you the same thing I've asked Gager a couple of times because he's so into it. Why don't you just grab your chair and a case of beer and go put your chair beside Anthony Henday and watch cars drive by?
No, it's different. No.
F1 is really exciting. Like, we have a championship race going on in F1 right now. Lando just took over the Drivers' Championship, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah. And
There's only like 4 races left.
Yeah, and we're in fantasy too. And I'm doing, like, I'm top 7 right now, so I'm like really...
There's fantasy for car racing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just great, man. Like, I never thought... I remember, like, years ago, I used to, like, you'd be scrolling TSN and get F1 or NASCAR or Indy, and I'd be like, how can people watch this? Now it's, like, the complete opposite.
How
It's
can
like
people not watch it?
appointment viewing, like... Because NASCAR, the only problem is too long. It's like every race, like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, they go like 600 laps.
So most of the time, because Sundays,
Like 500
Sundays usually you're doing stuff, and I usually have to record them because I can't sit down for 4 hours and just watch a race. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, then to me, it's just it's an oval. So they're just going boom, boom. At least like on an F1 circuit, there's turns and there's
But you know what's
there's
crazy?
moments where it's like, okay, well, these are the passing turns or something. Can you get into DRS? I find the F1 way more exciting.
But you know what's crazy? Because NASCAR does have street.
Yeah.
They're terrible races because they're not
Built
meant
for
for
it.
that. The ovals are so much more exciting. And I know they're just, but the strategy, the pits, like the constant pass, like, so for example, yesterday, Ryan Blaney, who was fighting to go in the playoffs, he started 31st. He finished second.
Oh,
Did he make the playoffs?
that's impressive.
No, it was him and Byron. Like,
How does he
it
know?
was just
Okay.
amazing. Like, it was one of the best races I've watched. And now I've watched I got into NASCAR
This year.
this year, so I've watched about 12 races. I missed the first 6 or whatever, and I got into it because of the Netflix series, just like Drive to Survive. They do one called I can't even remember what it's called, but that's how I got into it. I was bored one day, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give NASCAR documentary a chance, and I got like sucked in right away. Started watching a few races, but
Yeah, Gager started off as the auto guy of EST, and Hernan's quickly surpassed him.
Surpassed him even?
Gager's F1. Gager's got the lead. Gager's your F1 expert. Hernan's your racing expert.
like IndyCar is amazing too. And I'll just leave it at this: like, I have no one in my life, friends, family, coworkers. No one likes NASCAR, so I have no one to talk to about it. So I pretty much talk to myself about it.
I do have a NASCAR game for PS2 that I bought in 2002. I remember you driving that one. It was fun just hitting other cars
Yeah.
and try to knock them off the track, but I've never really watched a lot. I think I've watched like 3 races in my life.
You want to get in?
of it.
You want to get into NASCAR?
Absolutely not. Now, but when you talk about it on your show in the afternoons,
I don't.
you don't.
No one cares.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, does anyone text in? Does any
I tried to
Nazis
tell.
want part of it? Or no?
I tried to tell Gager, but he has no interest. There's actually 2 Nazis, Deaky Sparks, and a gentleman I met at the Nazi Bash. And they like NASCAR, so they're like, you can talk to me whenever you want. So
Gager should be very open to wanting to get into NASCAR. He wanted everyone to get into F1. He should be open. Like, has he tried NASCAR?
No.
He should.
He tried Indy. He said he didn't mind it.
He should start watching that NASCAR Netflix series.
Because Indy's more similar to, obviously. And don't get me wrong, I still love the production of F1. Like, that's top notch. Like, their pre-race, their post-race stuff is the best in the business. And I still, like, I had the NASCAR on my TV and I had F1 on my laptop. Jeff's like, are you watching the same race? I'm like, no, it's too. She's like, geez, like, what else are you gonna watch? Like, and good thing the Niners played early, Murray.
Because
That's your team. You're the Niners.
Yeah,
these Niners
All right.
lost to
Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, you haven't had a quarterback playing for a month now, have you?
Well, Mac Jones has been pretty good, but he was bad yesterday. But they lost Bosa, they lost Fred Warner. They're two best players on defense, two of the best players at their positions in the league.
Well, at this stage of the year in the NFL, who's healthy? I mean, you got.
Well, not the
a good
Baltimore
battle.
Ravens. I can tell you that much.
Hey, they won.
I know. I'm stunned. No Lamar Jackson. They found a way to win a football game.
Who was at their who's quarterback?
Tyler Huntley.
Nice.
Who?
He's a four. He used to be with them, and he did some things. It's not him. Was he a Pro Bowler with the Ravens back in the day? And by Pro Bowler, I mean
Like the 16th alternate when no one
he
else
was a
could play?
multiple alternate, but
Yeah.
then he ultimately was a Pro Bowler because he went. I think he was. Yeah, he was. 2022. He earned Pro Bowl status that year. So yeah, he's back with the Ravens. They went with him because Cooper Rush, former Cowboy, he was utter trash for the Ravens for a couple
he's under
weeks.
trash period.
So
I don't know why they wanted him.
They brought in, or they went with Hundley this time. There was no Lamar, and they found a way to beat the Chicago Bears.
Well,
The Bears are playing pretty well.
Still the Bears.
But they were like 4 or 5-2.
They were decent.
Were they beating anybody though? Like Baltimore, they needed that win.
Yeah.
bad.
Well, they're two. The Bears now are 4-3. Who did the Bears beat so far this season? They beat the Saints. They beat the Commanders. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Cowboys. They were on they won 3 straight.
Who's your team?
Well, I'm a
These
Cowboys
Cowboys.
guy. Yeah.
Get out. I feel sorry for the Cowboys.
Well,
Do you?
Have you watched that documentary on Netflix?
no, I did not watch the
You should
documentary.
watch it.
I
It
keep
is
when you tell me that, but I
Fantastic.
don't have time to watch that stuff. I
Murray.
go to bed so early that it's like game
When do you
over.
go to bed?
Early.
I get ready for bed at 7,
Jesus.
and then like basically always asleep by 8:30.
Yeah, I have a rule, and I'm telling Gager this because Gager goes to bed. I go, no adult should be in bed before 10 unless you work at 5 or 6 a.m.
I work out at 4:30.
Well, you should push it up. That's not work, though. That's your choice, though, right?
Yeah, he gets 2 workouts in some mornings.
8:30. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
I'm still awake for 4 hours after you go to bed.
Wow. See, but when do you start work?
Well, I'm here for 9:30, 10.
My day's half over by then. Different lifestyle.
Yeah, I guess. 8:30, though.
Yeah, I couldn't do early.
Oh.
But I wish I could wake up. Like, I wish I could only need like 6 hours of sleep.
It was a
and
rough
could be productive.
weekend for me, though, because my wife and I was away so much the last 2 weeks. My wife and I went out for dinner together on Thursday night when I was finally home. So that became a very late night for us. Then Friday was the Elks game.
Yeah.
And so, holy, that game's starting when I'm already in bed, getting
Yeah,
ready
it's
for bed.
7:30.
Then Saturday was our year-end ranch staff party that
Nice.
had me up till way to Hernan territory. And so, I was 3 in a row. So enough of that.
I had a wonderful sports weekend. I will say that.
It was great.
Well, Ravens won finally. I think they have a schedule where they could maybe get back in this.
They're a good team.
But they're really
record-
injured,
Yeah.
and they're behind the eight ball with so many losses. Miami Hurricanes won this weekend. The Washington State Cougars won this weekend, and Manchester United won this weekend.
Hey, look at that.
And I don't know, is Manchester United back?
What's their record?
Well, they're sitting 6th in the league,
Yeah, they're right there.
and they started off so terrible. And actually, at the end of the day, Saturday, they were top 4 in the league, which is in soccer is a big deal. You need to finish top 4 for Champions League the year prior. But I don't know. They got a new goalie. And ever since that's happened, they're starting to win games. Is Manchester United back? I don't know. We might be. We might be back.
It was a bad
After
weekend
exciting.
for Edmonton fans. Elks lost. Oilers lost both. My Florida Gators fired their coach.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
LSU fired their coach.
Brian
That
Kelly was that one
really
stunned me.
interesting.
$53 million buyout.
Yeah. I'm surprised
Okay, I'll walk
fine.
away.
Yeah.
I'll walk away. No problem.
how quickly LSU made that change. Because this was season 5, or was it 4?
It's 4 of an 8.
4 of him.
Yeah, something like that.
And his first 2 seasons were pretty good. Last year was all right. This year's not going well. I'm surprised they made that move so quick because,
Were they supposed to contend though?
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think you stick it around. Brian Kelly still is a good coach. Like, I'm not a fan of him. Like, when he went to LSU, he's always done weird things. He bolted on Cincinnati to Notre Dame in a way I didn't like. He bolted on Notre Dame to LSU in a way I didn't like. He faked that Southern accent at some basketball or an LSU basketball game. I don't know if anyone's remembered that.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Oh yeah, when he took over the thing, he grabbed the mic to, like, because they were welcoming him, and he had all of a sudden he had an accent, and it was like, where the hell did this accent come from? Everyone mocked him for it. But he eventually gets results. Eventually wins. He doesn't win you the big game, but he'll get you there. And I'm surprised LSU made that change so quickly. But we've seen Napier as a top 10 college buyout in history. Brian Kelly is, and James Franklin is. We've seen some really big firings this year in college football.
It's crazy. Yeah, but Napier was one, I think, because I chose the Gators because of that Netflix documentary.
Yeah, he just loves Netflix. Like,
I can
he's a
tell.
walking billboard for Netflix.
And I like Napier though because he turned them around last year. Like they weren't going to win anything, but I think like just kind of reading up on the Gators, like everybody wanted him out.
Yeah.
Like it was to the point where he was there too long, especially this year again.
Yeah, Florida has struggled finding coaches for a number of years. They always bring someone in who's going to be the next guy, but can't get it done. And my Hurricanes beat your Gators. Are you going to leave the Gators now? Are you locked in with the Gators?
I'm committed. I'm committed to the Gators.
You shouldn't have
How
committed.
much? Because this is the first year that the NIL money has really been a huge factor, right?
No, I think it's also confusing. It's been the last couple of years.
Yeah,
like
but not
Texas
the real
Longhorns.
money now.
No, Texas Longhorns had like a $25 million line last year.
Oh, geez. Because I'm
Was it
just
A&M?
wondering how much of an impact that has. Because these teams, sure, LSU, and I don't know this or not, but like LSU, big money on their coach. But what's their budget on players compared to some other teams? If other teams are just buying all the best players up, and it pushes others down the pecking order a little bit.
Well, it is changing some things. I know Alabama, and there's going to not be a lot of sympathy for Alabama, but apparently Alabama doesn't have a lot of money to spend on players.
Whoa.
So they're like trying to find different ways to raise funds because they think that they're not going to be able to compete with some other schools. And Alabama's going to drop down because they don't have the NIL money like other schools will, and they won't be able to spend. It's Bama.
Yeah, that
Why?
surprises me.
They're not that good this year, right?
They've only lost once, so I think they're ranked.
I think they lost.
The rankings
Is
came
there
out. I
once
saw
or is it
yesterday.
twice?
I want to say they're
I think they've lost.
They're up
top
there.
5, maybe 6, 5, 6, maybe now.
Did they bump up that high? Bama's 4. They're 7-1, but they always lose to a team they shouldn't lose to. So who do they lose to? Well,
Well, it was a
Yeah.
team that wasn't ranked. I want to say when
they lost to Florida State to start the season, and Florida State's their Florida State right now is the Seminoles are 3-4.
Yeah, and Bama's had a couple other close games that they've been able to sneak out.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on Kellen DeBoer over there. We'll see how that changes. They've got a couple tough games. Well, they got LSU coming up on the 8th. They've got Oklahoma, and they still also are going to have Auburn late in the season. So, but yeah, they're right up there. Hurricanes somehow dropped a spot, even though they're 6-1.
Oh boy, those poor guys.
Michigan is ranked. They're 6-2. The team you left.
It seems that like with some of the changes that have happened, there is more big games. I feel like in college where 'cause before like some of the changes that have happened, the best teams they never played anybody. They just beat the crap out of everybody. But now you're seeing, holy crap, those two teams are playing each other.
Yeah. Well, SEC's loaded up because they brought in Texas and Oklahoma. And then Big Ten responded by bringing USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon.
Yeah.
So they've loaded up in that way. And then all these schools now are just like, they're kind of taking all the players from everyone else and they're just loading up into these two conferences.
Yeah.
College football's fun, but Yeah, Brian Kelly being fired was a big
find
one.
it less fun now, though, that it's more about money. And the players leave so much, like guys that, sign with the school, you're all excited. Yeah, they're going to be on my team for the next 4 years. And then they bolt after 1 year. It's like, what the hell? Like, that's just... Yeah. No loyalty in college sports anymore, I don't think.
No, but to me, there was never loyalty with the coaches. Coaches would bolt from the lower programs to jump up, so that's why I'm okay with the players. But yeah, the regular season means less than it used to. Before, if you lost one game, it might be you're not playing for the national title. Your season's done.
Now with the
now
playoff
it's like you
system,
could, depending on who you are, you could afford 2 or 3 losses, and that kind of sucks because it's like, well, you could last year, Ohio State lost to Michigan. That should be the season, but they're national champs. You lost to Michigan. You didn't play in the Big Ten championship game. And yet you're still national champs. It just goes against everything that college football was. So that's where I don't like it. Should we start with some Edmonton Elks?
Yeah. Let's
Better
go.
Than NASCAR.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm with Murray on that one. By the way, the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians to life transition. Canadian storage provided by Canadian. Check them out, sentinel.ca. Nothing to talk about really at the game. Although, actually, no, there is something to talk about at that game. The command center is a joke. and Jay has had 3 straight rants on the Green and Gold post-game show about the command center. But that Justin Rankin fumble, to be given to the Calgary Stampeders at the 30 or whatever, it broke all the rules. Like, there's no rule that states that the Calgary Stampeders should have gotten that football and placed there. And that was a big, to me, that's 7 points off the board. Instead of a 16-7 halftime, it's 16-0. And it ultimately, Elks lose, by 10?
20-10 was the final, yeah.
As now it's 3 points different. The games plays out differently. The Justin Rankin fumbled, probably should have picked up that football, but 2 officials put their hands up going touchdown, which means play's over. And the Calgary Stampeders did not have a clear, immediate recovery of that football. That's the Elks ball at the 1. And they're going to score a touchdown then. I don't get how that one is completely missed.
I'm surprised CFL hasn't come out and said, hey, we made a mistake. It's okay to say it because they made a mistake. They made a mistake. I sent you guys a picture in the group chat. Both refs signal touchdown. That means dead ball. We were at the Elks media avails on Saturday. We talked to the coach in the gym. And we were talking to all the other media, Morley and Dave, and they're like, yeah, that's the rule. Everybody knows that's the rule. And the command center doesn't even bother to call down. Like, that was a brutal call. Now, listen, in a nothing game for the Elks, but Rankin said, he admitted, he goes, I got to finish that play. And then Mark Killam said, he goes, well, let's not let it get to that. We should have jumped on the damn ball. Yeah. But Rankin, in fairness to Rankin, he goes, the ref signaled touchdown, so that's why I was going to go jump back on it, but once they signaled touchdown, I thought the play was dead.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you notice he looks at that ball as it's on the ground, and he kind of leans a little towards you. You think, okay, he's going to go for it, but then you could also see he's looking where the refs would be. They have their hands up. Okay, you're thinking the plays then, okay, they said I got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Time to celebrate. The whole team's coming to celebrate.
Yeah. Many Elks ran right by the ball.
Yeah.
And didn't,
because you see the ref go like this, it's
2
over.
refs.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. So hard to blame the players because they're just going off what the rules should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was a Stampeder closer and he was about to try to pick up that ball, I would be like, if you see the other team about to jump on it, like immediately, you get on it before you look at the ref. Like, you just try to take that football back. But there was no one around. Rankin looks up. He sees the refs are saying a touchdown. Play's over. There's no Stampeder near. Why do I need to pick up this football?
Yeah.
And the command center is supposed to look at potential scoring plays. That is a potential scoring play. Because maybe it's not a fumble. So that play should have just been reviewed. Yeah. And when I just saw that they're giving the Calgary the ball, I was floored. Like, completely floored. And I'm like, I don't know how this is possible. What am I missing?
Yeah.
And Jay and I were trying to figure, what are we missing? And then we looked at the rules, and then everything was just coming up, and it was just like, well, this is wrong. All this is wrong. Yeah. And now, while for the Elks it's a meaningless game, that game still did mean something to Calgary. It meant something to BC, and it meant something to Winnipeg. So you're impacting the standings in a way by getting that wrong. So Stuart Johnson do all he wants about the rules. This league's not going to get people watching it, though, if you make those type of errors.
Yeah. And then you can't admit to it. Like, just say, hey, our ref screwed up.
It's not just football either. I mean, What's goaltender interference?
Yeah.
What's offside? I mean, all the in hockey. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
You see it in the NFL too.
Yeah, you need somehow they need to get more clarity with that type of stuff. But when it's so prevalent in all the sports, it's like, what do you do? It kind of is what it is.
Don't get it wrong.
Well,
Figure it out.
Yeah.
but they do in every sport. They get it wrong in every sport.
Then take away replays.
Yep. Go back the old way, man. Just let the refs call it. They screwed up. They screwed up.
We could rip on
Because
the refs and stuff.
you're going to video, you're still getting it wrong. And you see it, I think the worst is soccer. Like, I truly believe VAR is the worst video replay in all the sports. It's 50-50.
Depends who's running it for me. But there's a lot of people that complain about that
Yeah.
one. But that's it's to me, you have the video replay to fix things. And if you go to it and it doesn't fix things, or you don't even go to it, why do you have it?
Exactly.
I would rather just yell at the refs and say the league got this wrong.
Get better.
And knowing
refs,
that they couldn't go fix it, then, okay, you have the ability to go fix this and you didn't go fix it. Like, it's just stunning to me.
Yeah. Crazy times. But you know what's like, it's crazy because the offseason, the Elks had like new president, new general manager, new coach. And then the big one was Trey Ford.
Yeah.
I remember when we heard about the signing, we're all pretty happy because we're all Trey Ford guys. We all wanted him to get a real shot. This was his team, 3-year deal. And just how things ended, it's I think it's a little sad. I think Trey Ford's he's a good teammate. I think he's a good guy. I think he got the 5 games. I don't think he got slighted in any way, guys. You guys might disagree, but they made the move after the 5th game. But it's just unfortunate because being at the pressers this Saturday, Tommy was there to read Edmonton Sports Talk. Had a lot of people there. Just the comments we got from GM coach and Cody Fajardo, it seems like Trey might be moving on. They might be moving on from him. It almost seems like it's mutual.
Yeah, I don't think you're not going to say he's gone because he's still under contract.
Yeah.
So you got to
He's gone.
officially do that. Yeah.
But it's just like, it's amazing. Like, when did he sign? Like February? No, when was it? December. Like in just under a year, where we were, how happy everybody was, to now we're at the end of October and we're talking about potentially and a good chance Trey Ford will be moving on.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it. I know on this
I'm
show,
not happy about it either.
Yeah, many times. I mean, we probably were the president and vice president or co-presidents of the Trey Ford fan club between the two of us. But I do feel like he wasn't given a fair shot. The 4 games, he was okay. He wasn't great. 5th game, he absolutely sucked. The entire team sucked that game. And then, like, but when Cody came in, we talked about this a little bit before the show started. Where do you think Cody ranks in starting quarterbacks in the league? And it's certainly right at or near the bottom. And there was many games this year, even right after he was starting, I'm like, pull him. He's not doing anything. The offense isn't moving. Get Trey back in there. He gets sacked so many times because he can't move like Trey does. I really feel, especially because they missed the playoffs, and hindsight's 2020, but I don't feel their position would be any worse right now if Trey was the quarterback all year long. Then you could really look at it and go, yeah, he either, a little more growth and he can get us there, or you know what, he's not a legit starting quarterback in this league. Let's move on. But because I don't think Cody Fajardo can be our starting quarterback next year either. If you want to be, and they move so far in a great direction, if they want to be legitimate playoff contenders and Grey Cup contenders, you can't do it with Cody Fajardo as your quarterback. You need a better quarterback than that.
I think it's going to be Cody. Ed Hervey, Mark Killam said, we want him to be our quarterback. Cody said, if I play next season, it will be here. He's not going anywhere else.
Yeah, it's fascinating though. But also, what did Ed say though? He said that it's got to make sense financially too.
Of course.
Which is an interesting one because if Cody does say, go to his talk with his family, you realize, okay, I'm going to play in 2026. Is he just going to play here, or is it what's he commanding? And what's Ed willing to give him?
Yeah, because Cody wants to get paid. Because he came here as a backup. Now, I see what you're saying, Murray, but I still think Cody right now, like today, Cody's a better quarterback than Trey. I think you can win more games with Cody. The O-line was bad for both guys. Let's be honest here. Like, I think the O-line, you're right. Trey can escape probably a lot better than Cody, but a lot of it was Cody under pressure, like right off the hop, right? So I think it's fascinating with Trey is I always found, and I know you're going to get into the OC, so I'll leave that for you. But I always found with Trey that there is all this narrative that he was a running quarterback, right? And I feel like in Trey's head, he's like, well, I want to prove to people I'm a pocket quarterback. And I feel somewhere in that mindset is where he kind of went sideways, because that's fine. You can be a pocket quarterback. And Trey can make all the throws. We've seen it. But this year in the first 5 games, how many design runs? How many runs did he do by himself? Not a lot, because so I feel like it was maybe lost in translation that you can still be that running guy because that is your greatest threat. But I think him wanting to be known as a pocket quarterback kind of affected him and derailed him.
See, and I look at it and I wonder if it's more of the OC and the designed offense, because I don't feel like the Elks wanted to build an offense around Trey. They wanted to build an offense around any quarterback could fit in. Because they would have, I think McCormick and Killam knew there's a chance that you're not going to keep Trey all year. Like that there is a point where it's not going to go well. You need to be ready to go with Cody, and then you got to completely throw your playbook out to go to a Cody. So they kept an offense that's in place that most quarterbacks could play under, and then tried believing at this moment that Trey is like most quarterbacks, and Trey's not. Trey is he's not proven to be a winner in the Canadian Football League outright. That is one thing that he can beat bottom teams. He has never beaten a team that is good.
Oh, really?
Like that is just in all every game he has started, he's never been one of those top teams.
Is that on Trey? I mean, the Edmonton Elks were an absolute mess for the last 5-6 years. And, if you'd have a crappy offensive line, you don't have any good receivers. I mean, you can't win a game by yourself. You need a team around you.
Like Cody led, like you got to get, because it's if you give them the credit, they also deserve the blame. All that Cody did beat Saskatchewan, Winnipeg this year.
Yeah,
and Trey has never, with any of his teams that he's led, beaten those teams.
Yeah,
that's the problem when it comes to Trey Ford. I just also go like, I would have liked to have seen though an OC, and I hope one team gives this. If there's going to be a team that's going to try Trey and see can we make it, you need an OC that, to me, it's the Baltimore Ravens model. Sure. You start with a year where we're going to do an offense that is run heavy. We're going to run with the running backs. We're going to run with the quarterback, and we're going to try to get him to do short passes. We're going to build him that way and then slowly build him up to become a pocket quarterback. Because everything, and I still stand by everything we said about Trey for the first number of years, was everything that was said about Lamar Jackson. The guy can't throw. The guy can't read defenses, all of that. Well, Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson can throw a football quite well. Lamar Jackson can stand in the pocket and do what he needs to. Lamar Jackson also has the threat of his legs and can destroy you. Trey Ford is never going to be Lamar Jackson. What could he be? Could have he been the CFL version? I think there was the potential of that.
Yeah.
It's never was going to be a guarantee that Trey was going to turn into that. But there was the potential that you saw that his ceiling could be that. The problem with Trey, his floor is just way too low. And that's why I think they made that trade. But I just would like to see an offense one time, an OC and a head coach just do, okay, we're just building this offense around Trey. And if it doesn't go well, okay, we gave it a shot to try to build with him. But there is a point now too where it's like where I don't think for this season, I would be he got slighted. He was the starter through 5 games, and ultimately this is result-based business. And there comes a point where you just got to start winning some more football.
And it was
games.
another slow start that this team...
They needed to do something.
But let's look at those first 5 games, guys. And we all watched the Elks. How many play actions were called for Trey Ford? How many RPOs? How many design runs? Not all his big runs was because he had to scramble.
Yeah.
So, again, you took away his greatest asset, which are his legs.
Yeah, it's like somebody's great with the driver, and they chose not to put the driver in the bag to start the day. Like a guy could bomb at 350 straight, and they said, you want to know something, though? You need to learn how to hit 3-wood off the tee.
Yeah.
So here, take your 3-wood. And even though you could only hit this 275, you're completely perfect with that driver. But you want to know, you can't use it because we want you to be good with everything else.
Yeah, and, like Cody said it on Saturday, too. He goes, listen, like, he's in the rooms, he's in the meetings, he's watching film, he's doing it. And I was telling the guys last week, I go, like, I was there for 3 years, the same amount as Trey. I can only go from what I saw, and I always saw him watching film after practice. I always saw him with the quarterbacks, with Taylor and Daggy. So, like, some people say that, oh, he doesn't put in the work. That's not true. He does. Cody confirmed it on Saturday. I've seen it with my own eyes. He puts in the work, okay? Now, could it be the OC? I mean, under Jarius, was he better? I think so. When Jarius took over from McAdoo, Trey Ford came in at the second half of the season. He was a lot better. Last season, when Jarius took over, the games Trey did get in, he was pretty good outside of that Winnipeg game. So, yeah, I think this lands a little bit on the OC too, because we can look at Cody Fajardo too and say some of the play calling was too conservative.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just a
year.
Trey thing, right?
It was all year.
Because, and then everybody's like, well, Justin Rankin. Justin Rankin was great, but a lot of those runs he had were big plays, and it was all him.
Yeah. He just, we like it.
Yeah.
Right, like 3 guys make 3 guys miss, and all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, I'm like, I wish the Trey Ford time in Edmonton, it's not this year. I still go back. I think he should have had all of last season. There should have not been MBT.
Yeah.
He should have got all of
100%.
last season, and we should have known exactly what Trey Ford was after last season. It should have just been there.
but Jones brought in MBT to save his job
Yeah, and that's why I didn't like that.
and cost him his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and they needed to. It should have went that way. We should have done that last year and done things differently. But now the page is turning. There'll be a press release in the next few weeks of Trey Ford, or next few months.
We don't know
Ford
that
release.
for sure.
I
but,
do.
Yeah.
But
Because
after everything said Saturday,
John Hodge on your show said
Yeah.
he's due a 6-figure bonus
in February.
Feb.
Yeah.
It's
No
not
team's
happening.
trading for that.
No.
So you're not going to be able to trade Ford unless you trade him and that team immediately renegotiates a contract and he gets a brand new contract.
Can the
Or
Elks
you're just
renegotiate?
Sure.
Sure
But
they
I don't
can.
think I think I agree with Cody in his assessment that sometimes you just need a new
fresh
place.
start.
Yeah.
And Trey needs a fresh start. It's not going to work here.
No.
Yeah.
Which
It,
sucks, but it's the way it is, I think, yeah.
so now the only question then I come, because this is I think quarterback, and like, it'll be if Cody's not ready to come. Like, I'm okay with Cody being the starter for the next couple of years. I do think this team could win a Grey Cup under Cody.
He's gritty.
Yeah.
He never gives up. He works and he's a great guy and everyone loves him. But he's just like, we all know we need a really good receiver that can stretch the
Yeah.
field and whatnot. But why is that really good receiver going to sign here when there's a quarterback that can't throw the ball to him?
Well, because money speaks.
Sure.
The Edmonton Elks say we'll give you $275 and the max best is $250 or something. You might just be like, sure, let's do
But
it.
the quarterback can't throw the ball down the field. So what good does that do? Why do you want to spend $275?
Kenny Lawler and Eugene Lewis both signed in Edmonton.
How's Kenny
and-
Lawler work out?
Well, it was pretty good, except for when he got hurt. And they had Nick Arbuckle and Taylor Cornelius throwing them the football, and MBT throwing them the football. So.
And reminder when Gino signed here in Dunbar and Swerve, it was with Taylor Cornelius.
So now the one. So let's stay with offense, then we'll go to defense. I know there's a lot of questions about Terrell Ford. Just the one thing about Terrell, that it is a 2-year contract he did sign with the Elks. So he's hypothetically or not hypothetically, he's under contract for next year. My annual rant that I already did on the pre and post game show, and I'll do again quickly here. The CFL needs to release free agents earlier. They need to just tell it. We just need a Puckpedia of when our players signed. We don't need to know their salaries. Just tell when our players signed and not signed. Because as I always say, conversations are better for leagues. And if we could sit here and be like that, we could say what receiver the Elks should go for.
Yeah,
and
exactly. It'd be fun.
Would Keon Hatcher leave BC to come to Edmonton if they could convince him? Like, having an actual name and having those discussions would just make these discussions a little better and more educated.
Yeah.
But the CFL doesn't like doing that. They wait till December to release a full free agent list, and we can't do those conversations fully until then. So thank you, CFL. Like, maybe Stuart Johnson, get on that one if you want.
Stop changing the rules.
Offense, okay, Cody, we'll see what happens.
Tyler Powell.
I'm not a Taylor Powell fan.
Taylor Powell.
I'm not sold on Taylor Powell.
They should go get him. He's the backup to Cody, and then he takes over in a year or two.
I'm not.
He's a player, man. And don't forget, last year,
Yeah.
Milanovic was going to go to him instead of Bo Levi. He did go to him until Niles Morgan knocked him out in the second play of the game.
Against Edmonton.
Yeah.
And then Bost kept that job ever since.
And then he turned into the MOP.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Taylor Powell.
What do you think? Okay, last year there was all a new owner, new president, new GM, new head coach, new coaching staff. Continuity, I think, is very important right now for it to stay the same. But we've kind of touched on Cody Maximic and maybe not calling plays aggressively enough. And when you watched him in BC, he did call aggressive plays, and it was way more aggressive, way more exciting plays that were happening in BC than there was this year. I heard it from the players coming out of the room early in the year that they weren't happy with the way he was calling games and whatnot. Do you think I'm going to say no? They're not going to get rid of him. But if there was a change that I wouldn't mind seeing, that would be it.
Won't happen.
Yeah,
if anything, maybe Hervey and Killam say, hey, you got to open up the playbook a bit and be more creative, be more, let's go for the kill shot. Because, again, I thought he was way too concerned. Everybody knew most of the time they were going to run on first down. It was just...
I know, right up the middle.
Yeah.
Right up the middle. Rankin takes ball up middle.
Yeah.
That's not what was it? I think 2 weeks ago. Or no, maybe it was against Winnipeg. There was a early, or no, it was BC. Play action pass to start the game. Hit Gittins Jr. for 30 yards to open the game. It's like, whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa, what's this?
What happened?
It's like Maximic planned all year for that. He's going to run the ball up the gut until that play late in the season, then he's going to throw on deep.
And I think early on in the season, he went away from the run too early. He got better as the season wore on in that sense, where he kept it more balanced. He has to be better 100%. I think from that coaching staff, that's the one coordinator you're looking at. But they're not making a change there.
Yeah, it's. I know Chris Morris was on the Reed Wilkins show with Jay Milne, and he reiterated something he said when he took over the job, which was continuity and stop the revolving door and stuff. I think you owe it to this to just keep everything the same.
Yeah,
it wasn't terrible enough.
Yeah.
To make a change, but it's okay. We need to see, Maximic needs to go and improve. Maximic now knows who these players are, though. He spent a year with these guys. He knows what a Rankin. I don't think outside of Jay Milne, anyone saw Rankin being this explosive, this dynamic. And so now he's that. So it's okay. How can we utilize this? How can we make this better with him? Okay, our quarterback is a little more solidified if Cody's coming back, and Cody Fajardo. Okay, now he needs to have a better offense next year, but. That's one of those where after next season, you might be going, he's the first on the chopping block. Yeah. JC Sherritt did a hell of a job as a DC. He improved
absolutely
so much as a defensive coordinator. But they all need to improve. They're all relatively young in their job. Mark Killam needs to be better. And he'll probably be one of the first to tell you that one too. I think at times, we never saw big third down gambles to a degree. We didn't see one fake punt or something like that this season.
Special teams was better though.
It was better, but there's some of those situations. I thought he would we could go to the Toronto Hamilton games a couple months ago. Not aggressive late enough, which cost them football games. There are certain things Mark Killam needs to be a little bit better at as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those you bring them all back. Mark Killam's definitely coming back, but allow them to try to grow with this team and see where it goes.
You can't have another slow start though.
No.
You can't be 0-3, 0-4 next year.
No.
That is not...
Can we see Rankin and Javon Leake on the field at the same time? I would love that.
And I started the year going, I would imagine Trey, Leake, and Rankin on the field. Okay, Trey's gone now, but you still have Rankin and Leake, and it should happen more. Where you don't know where the ball's going.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't go to that. Because Jarius used them almost equally.
Yeah.
Maximic, it seemed Killam is involved in that too. It was more Rankin than Leake, right?
Yeah.
And Leake,
100%.
when he had touches, was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But when you have that two stud running backs, why can, even if you're handing the ball to Rankin, Leake coming out and catching balls in the flat.
And they're both back.
Fake the handoff to Rankin, pitch it to the outside to Leake, let him go.
Whoa.
Let's do
that's
something.
Too creative.
How cool. Or there's that one, if you do that play once or something, then it's okay. Or you just keep giving the ball to Rankin, but you got Leake running to the outside and the defense going, well, who's got the ball?
Yeah.
And you have the quarterback fake it as if he's pitching, but actually Rankin still has the ball. there's got to be something with those two guys you could do.
Absolutely. And,
100%.
And like I said, throw the ball to him in the flat or whatever. Even if you play action off of Rankin, and then Cody's good at the little passes, so get the ball in Javon Leake's hands in open field.
And they had the ability this year to do it more because they had, 10 Canadian starters at one point? Like, you could afford, like, you could take your fullback off the field and put Leake in there, and, okay, now you're at 9 Canadians. Okay, you're well above the ratio still of 7.
Yeah.
You're good. You could have done that a lot more, and for whatever reason, they didn't want to. And I that's one thing I didn't like from the offense.
Can we go to receivers?
Yeah, they need.
There's two guys I would keep for sure. Hilaire.
I really liked what I saw from by the end.
And it was a small sample size, but like on Saturday, talking with all the other media members, that Calhoun guy, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there with that player, man. He was really good. He's got a great attitude. He's got some moxie. He's got some speed. Those are two guys I'm definitely bringing back.
Yeah, and they need to keep some of those younger people, but
maybe Keon.
I'm willing to move on from Julian Grant.
He wasn't. He got better though. He was their big play receiver.
Yeah, he was. But I want. Yeah, I guess maybe then it's getting Junior that's not back. And I've said this since middle of the season. The one thing that this team doesn't have is a top receiver.
No, they don't.
And Ed needs this, like, and maybe it's Calhoun, maybe it's still Hilaire.
Yeah.
That's going to be that, Brandon Zylstra, Darrell Walker. Kind of just blow up more, not expecting. But you also still need your Darius Bowman, who is the legit top playmaking receiver. And Stephen Dunbar isn't, like, Stephen Dunbar is a good receiver,
solid,
but he's not that game changer that you need.
Yeah.
And Ed spent the money on the defense, trying to fix the defense. Eventually, the defense got fixed, but not in ways that we were expecting.
Yeah.
There's no money you could switch from the defense to bring to the offense.
Yeah.
And you already brought O'Donnell back or in. He's going to be good for next year.
Yes.
Probably need a different tackle on one of the sides. You probably need to prove the line with a tackle.
Yeah, either Ivy or Boyko.
And they need a top receiver.
Yeah.
And then and that's where I'm okay with Cody as the quarterback for the next couple of years. And I think you could win because I don't think you need that game-changing quarterback to carry this team to that level of playoffs right now.
Who are we missing on receiver? Mathis might be gone.
There's Mathis, there's Gittins Jr., there's Julian Grant, there's Benjamin Victor.
Like, I actually
There's
liked
Hilaire.
him.
I did too.
His body, like, he's a big, strong guy.
I'd bring him back too.
I would too.
Yeah. He wasn't used a lot, but he's that 6'4"
Hilaire
receiver.
looks better.
Yes. Hilaire
That's the
looks
one
good.
thing. I was more high on him, Benjamin Victor, going into the season.
Yeah.
Wanting to see him, but Hilaire has stood out to me as, this is the guy, though.
Yeah.
Who was it that the Elks took in the supplemental draft that?
Zach
Zach
Mathis.
Mathis.
And so where?
He got hurt.
Oh, okay.
But he was the one, like, I remember Jay was furious with him because in the Montreal game at the end of the half when Trey threw that ball to him in the end zone and he just didn't battle for it.
Yeah.
And
He took some
Al
licks.
just took it.
Oh, Arkell Smith.
Oh, I liked Arkell Smith.
He started well.
Yeah, but he got rocked many times this
Oh,
year.
man.
There's like 3 or 4 games where he got destroyed.
No
in
one
them.
got rocked harder than Curly in BC, though.
Yeah.
That was
a big hit, yeah.
vicious hit, man. Kudos to him for getting up.
Yeah.
But, man. Yeah, so, hey, listen, man, I think some vets on that receiving core will be gone.
Yeah.
And free up some other money to do. some
Curly
other
makes a
things,
lot of
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Curly was 2 when he was traded here
Yeah.
because it was rumored that Serezna was 2.
Yeah.
And the trade was a flip.
Curly
So it
was
like
more than Serezna by a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that there was a fair bit of money that I think you could to move on from it. And I do look at an O'Donnell signing mid-season here as almost a free agent signing for next
Yeah,
year. Like
for
that is an
sure.
addition to the
100%.
he gets now like he had to
full
come
camp,
in and
yeah.
I remember talking to the late Chris Schultz back in the day on 1260 and I can't remember who it was, but the Eskimos at the time brought in an offensive lineman or something. I said, how long does it take for an O-lineman to get used to a team? He's like, probably about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like it takes a while. So now Carter O'Donnell will be able to go next year, have training camp to get used to this team. And Jay believes already like he's maybe the best offensive lineman in the Canadian Football League. He's right, like with his skill sets and just this guy was in the NFL for a number of years. He's a huge addition to this team. So like Justin Rankin carried this offense this year.
Yeah.
There's a reason he was unanimous
100%,
MLP. You need somebody else, though, to help out. Because when he gets contained, you got nothing.
But then put Leak on the field with them together. I'm big on that one.
Defense. When Jay and I were doing the post game, I was stunned. I was laughing because at the start of the year, I would have said the front seven are going to be the reason that they're going to get off to a good start and allow the secondary to come to its own. That old D line is going to come in strong, and you had Morgan and you had Anderson there for that linebacking core. And in the end, it's the front seven that I'm going. There's big changes coming to the front seven, and man, you need to find a way to keep that secondary locked in. I want Terrell Ford locked in because I don't think he's their best cornerback. I think it's JJ Ross.
JJ Ross is a star in the making.
Absolutely.
Man.
And if you could keep both, though, if you have both, like if I'm looking at money for this team, I'm looking elsewhere to get that money because, and again, this is the Trey situation, though, what's going to happen here. But JJ Ross, Terrell Ford on opposite sides. You have a Kobe Williams, you have
Cordell Jackson, and then you have a Jalen Garnes as your safety. They were good.
Yeah. And, well, you know the linebacker core is going to be good. They have too many good linebackers when they're all healthy.
Yeah, some vets might be.
Some money's going to get freed up there.
Because your Sam's going to be Logan Jr. Ed Hervey brought him up. He wasn't even asked about him. He was asked about just the young guys, and he brought him up. Logan Jr. is going to be your Sam.
He was solid.
I think Mogensen's going to be your starting middle linebacker. And then they love DeBlanco, but they love Nick Anderson. And listen, I like both players. I think they're both excellent. But right now, I'd put Nick Anderson ahead of DeBlanco. Well, sure. And just
that's not a bad thing though, because you need depth still.
For me, DeBlanco's
injuries.
For me, DeBlanco's body type, he can be an outside rush on the D line. I think that's where the move has to happen because he's almost too big to be a linebacker in the CFL, right? Because once it gets into coverage and he has to kind of go with a receiver, Nick Anderson's better. He's faster. So I think there's a spot for DeBlanco to start, but it might be on the D-line. And I might be reaching here, but there's no way, at least for me, I'm cutting Nick Anderson.
No, I agree with you 100%. And DeBlanco, he works his butt off every single snap. And more, I just want to piggyback on this. So DeBlanco was number one overall pick 2 years ago, and look at how he's playing already. The Elks do get number 3 overall this year, so they could get a significant impact on that. They could, depending on who they're going to be drafting.
What if Anderson goes to middle linebacker?
Well,
I'm sure he can play it.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there any way that some of these guys can flip up positions? Like you said, the Sam guy is locked in, but I mean,
Nick Anderson, middle, DeBlanco.
It feels like Niles Morgan will be gone, right? Like that's just money. There's money there, and I got to see if I can find the quote from Ed, because how did Ed word it?
He said, "Well, maybe you'll have it, but I just from what I remember, he goes, we have 4 really good, excellent linebackers. Not all 4 can be here, pretty much." And I was like, okay.
So Niles is included in that.
Of course, and it was Mogensen, Niles, Anderson, and DeBlanco. He was talking about those 4.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I've got. Yeah, here's the quote from Ed Hervey when he was talking about the linebacking position. Quote, "Is there a place where all 4, the 4 that you mentioned, Hernan, can be on the team? I'm sure there possibly could be. At the expense of getting better, I can't see that. I can't see us holding on to a player if it meant that we're not getting better. We're going to get better. That's where we're at. We have to get better, and we have a cap. This is what it is," which is like Niles Morgan. Yeah. Nick Anderson too, though. Like if you guys that might be. We need to get money for other spots. You two kind of there, but then it's the D line too.
D line. Robbie Smith, Jake Seresna, and we were talking about Mechie. Like those 3 guys are big money, and the defensive line is pretty good without them when they were injured almost a year.
Because Mechie big money. Jalen Garnes to me is locked in at safety.
He was your rookie of the year.
He was better. Seresna will be an interesting one. He is a high ticket,
big
and I believe he's an outright free agent.
He's a free agent. And then Robbie Smith, highest non-offensive player in the league, highest paid, and for what he brought, I think that's one guy that's going to get the.
Yeah, he did really nothing.
No. Noah Taylor was better. Barlow was better. Kongbo was better. Brinkman, out of the guys from Toronto, was probably the best one.
I actually, as the season went on, really liked what Brinkman was bringing. I would keep Brinkman. Robbie Smith was paid the highest paid defensive player in the Canadian Football League.
Wow.
He was paid him hard money, $270 this past season.
Wow.
It was a 2-year contract. For 2026, this is from 3 Down Nation from back in Feb.
Yeah.
He's scheduled to earn $271,000 in hard money with a max of $277 next year.
I think he's
not
cut.
happening.
Yeah.
That one's So I can see right now Robbie Smith, Jake Ceresna, and Niles Morgan gone,
And Mechie.
and Metier,
Yeah.
and boom, there's your money. Like you could keep a lot of that D line.
Yeah.
That was rotating in later.
Yeah.
You know, Noah Taylor
Yeah.
was great. Barlow was solid. I'd keep bringing. They just had these guys that they were rotating in.
You're
There's
going to
your
get
money,
Noah
but
Curtis back.
you hopefully get Noah Curtis back. Let's see what he is.
Yeah.
But you think about the money there. Okay, so we talk about 3-4 big name players type thing. That's money to get your receiver. That's money to get your O-line. And maybe a different defensive line player.
But also take Curly's money off the books. Maybe Trey's.
There's a lot.
That's
well,
$400,000.
Trey's money has to go to Cody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his wash.
That's
Yeah.
a wash. for
Because
sure, yeah.
Trey's were like this year was making some decent money, but next year he was scheduled to make even more.
Yeah.
I think. But so it's just a flip.
Yeah.
Jay Milne texted me, made it. It says, don't forget Darian Newell, Elks' first round pick this year in the second round was supposed to first pick this year
right.
was supposed to be a top 5 pick, but fell because he had to sit the entire 2025 season for PED suspension. Defensive lineman, very talented. There's a guy that's coming to camp too
Yeah.
next year. Great point. Thank you, Jay, for that one. I completely forgot about him. So there's even like, and Canadian. So, because Robbie Smith, Canadian, Jared Brinkman, Canadian. We both were Canadian.
I think he is too, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like even there, like, so when you're looking at the ratio part of this too, it's there. Like you could still, you're keeping this ratio going. So I just want to know who the full free agents are for this team. But
Wouldn't it be nice to know? Yeah.
ultimately, I would try to keep that entire secondary as for the starters. I would probably get rid of Morgan, but keep Logan Jr. with Mogensen and Anderson and DeBlanco as your backup because there are injuries that happen.
Yeah.
And there's different sets he can play in.
I would move on from Robbie Smith and Jake Ceresna and keep that D-line as much as possible. And then take from that offense, get myself a number 1 receiver as Ed Hervey.
Yeah.
Fix one of my, maybe the right side, but fix one of my tackles. And I think this team then next year, continuity's there.
Yeah.
You know the coaching staffs, you know their systems. A large part of this team returns. They could get things going and hopefully not have an 0-3, 0-4, 0-5 start to the season.
So I got a question for you guys. Like I remember when free agents today started and the Elks literally signed everyone. And I know I got crazy excited about it. I'm sure you guys are crazy excited about it. Now, if you could go back, and I almost wish I could have that whole list in front of me, and you probably can. How many of those swings worked out well for us and how many didn't? Because a lot of them didn't work out.
No, Terrell Ford. I think that's the only one.
Well,
Yeah.
Robbie Smith did not. Jake Ceresna did not to the level of what you were expecting. Jared Brinkman was okay.
Yeah, he was
Jared
okay.
Brinkman would be maybe your number 2.
Metier.
didn't do it as much. A lot of it was spent on the defense. I'm just trying to remember who
Kobe
else.
Williams is good.
Was he a free agent signing?
Yes.
Yeah.
From Calgary.
There was a Rugamba that they brought in from BC. He was cut 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah. He played the first game and he was out.
Offensively, Julian Grant would probably be one of your better signings.
yeah.
I think that's like that to a
Beard?
degree. That's Beard. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm forgetting about Beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Beard's a solid one. He's their most outstanding offensive lineman. So I would say Ed's probably hitting at 40% on that.
Barlow was good. Kongbo was okay as a rotational guy. Yeah, but a lot of swing and misses for sure. But like you said, he did say, like things that people don't see that Smith and Ceresna and Metier brought was they're really good in the room.
Oh, they're great guys.
But that's the other part
Holy.
of this is that if those guys didn't come in this year, those other guys might have been forced to play too soon and they weren't ready. And confidence could have been gone and they wouldn't have developed the way they needed to. That having those veterans play, even though they weren't getting the results that we were all expecting from them to start the season, may have been enough time or what they needed to get those other guys in properly and have him playing and go, okay, now we can make different changes for 2026.
The one that Robbie Smith didn't surprise me that he signed is when 3 Down Nation threw out the number. I could not believe how much they paid him.
I think there's a lot of people that didn't know who Robbie Smith was.
Yeah.
And I kind of was one of those.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't like a big knowledgeable guy on fully of what Robbie Smith
he was
doing.
good on Toronto, but he wasn't their go-to guy on the D-line. They're not even close. Like, I mean, injury prone this year for sure, but when he played, like, did he have a sack?
Yeah.
I don't think he ended with a
did.
sack this season.
And like Serezna too. I mean, he before he got hurt, wasn't really much going on there.
No, he had the only pick for a while for the Elks, and then the only sack, and then he got hurt, and then
In 10 games for Robbie Smith this year, he had 16 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 0 touchdowns, obviously 0 interceptions. Like just
So, Jesus,
very-
is that worth $275,000?
the last 2 years in Toronto, he had in 17 and 18 games each. He had 6 sacks in each of those seasons.
Yeah.
So he had 12 sacks in the 2 seasons prior. This year comes up and plays 10 games. So it's not like he only played 3 or 4
Yeah.
and didn't get a single sack. So when you're the highest paid defensive player in the Canadian Football League,
You can get that production from a lot of other guys.
and they got it from a lot of other
Right.
guys that came in. So
and a lot cheaper.
Exactly. Yeah.
the thing too, though, is you like, and why I would want to keep a lot of these guys outside of that, like that played near the end, because there's the injuries, and those guys are the ones I'm seeing you move on from. Is if we probably go through this season and like circle like 5 or 6 plays, this team's a playoff team, possibly. You know, you circle that Keon Julian Grant missed touchdown against Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now, Bo would have got the ball back and we would have seen what would have happened. But maybe you win that football game.
Yeah.
If that Toronto-Hamilton game, you don't give up those last-second field goals. Okay, there's possibly 3 more wins on the table for this team. That's how close they are, though, to me. That's how close they are to just being finally back in the playoffs.
But can we say the same thing about the year before? Because remember, the Elks lost 3 straight walk-offs.
Yeah. No, but
Right? And then Jones probably not fired.
they
lost
were
3 straight
walk-offs.
walk-offs.
Yeah, I guess to a degree, you could make that case. But so,
Because to me, the record is the record. They have the same record as last year.
yeah.
So, and then when Jarius and Giroy finished their time here, there are some good signs too. Mm-hmm. But you knew they were in tough because there was changes coming to the organization.
Credit to them, though, too. They get credit for Justin Rankin, obviously.
They get JJ
I was
Ross,
about to say JJ Ross is one of their
Giroy's
guys.
guy.
Is Giroy's guy.
Noah Taylor.
Javon Leake, too.
Yeah.
Well, Javon Leake's Nick Anderson, DeBlanco, and Javon Leake are Chris Jones.
Yeah. So we do have to remember that some of the guys
Cordell
that
Jackson,
did come here is we have to look at the previous regime and say that they did bring in some decent players.
Yeah.
They
that
found
were-
some good
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
But now Ed's finding the other spots, and this is now the big offseason for Ed. Like last year, it was he was replacing rosters. The big thing for him that he talked about even at the offseason was he wanted to change the room, the feeling in the room. He didn't want.
He did.
He didn't like the way the room to him probably was going.
Yeah.
So he changes that. Now we could find, okay, these are the pieces I want for the football field. These are the ones I need to change. Let's go make the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
But we need to see a schedule this year because I hope it's not a tough. Like I don't want to see like Montreal to start. I don't want to see probably Saskatchewan to start a BC, like a Montreal, Saskatchewan, BC.
Don't
type
start
thing.
in BC because they struggle in BC.
Could they get like Ottawa to start the season?
Give us Ottawa, Toronto back to back.
I don't know about Toronto.
I don't either.
They're in an interesting spot next year. Apparently, all their quarterbacks are signed. So they don't have to get rid of one. So they get to do a full training camp of, is it going to be Chad Kelly or Nick Arbuckle? Because I'm not sold that Nick Arbuckle could replicate what he did this year again.
It's going to be
would
Chad
agree.
Kelly.
But if Nick Arbuckle plays like the way he did this year, it's hard not to play him.
Nick Arbuckle's almost out of the league, man. Like seriously,
So was
he even
Cody.
said it. Yeah, he was going to retire because he was just tired of being the third stringer. And goes to be Grey Cup MVP. Has a great year this year on a bad team, though. Let's be fair. A team that never ran the ball, so it's easy to put up yards, right? So hey, kudos to him, man. He kept him in the fight as long as he could, and then Daggy time was not very good. And surprised Chad Kelly didn't play one snap though.
What about when you look at the standings? Like, it wasn't that long ago that the Calgary Stampeders went to the Grey Cup when they were 7-9, if my memory serves me right.
8-10, maybe.
8-10.
Yeah. Was that the Marcus Crandall year?
But the Elks were, they were so close. But then look at the standings in the West, like 10 wins gets you in a crossover this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why those margins were so close this year.
Oh man, yeah.
That's a beauty matchup, though. Rourke versus VA.
Yeah.
That's going to be fantastic. I don't think the Bombers have a chance against the Alouettes.
They're my Grey Cup pick.
Who?
Montreal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Bombers.
No, the thing about the Bombers, though, is they know how to win playoff games outside of a Grey Cup.
Yeah,
They do.
but something's off. Like, Colaro's has been bad all year. Let's
Yeah.
call it how it is.
Oh, he might just not have it anymore.
And Davis
looks
Alexander, outside of
He's a
Rourke,
stud.
Davis Alexander and Nathan Rourke are toe-to-toe for me. They're the two best quarterbacks in this league. It's not even close.
I like BC Montreal Grey Cup. I think that's probably where it's headed. And
I'm not counting out the Riders, though, man.
Yeah,
The Riders
they
are a
don't
good
have
team.
Nathan Rourke. Nathan Rourke is he's so.
But they got
good.
the real deal Trevor Harris. That's not his nickname.
Yeah, Davis Alexander's never lost. Like, has he? I'm just sure. Like, I don't.
No,
think
he
he's ever-
hasn't.
He has never lost
That
as
is
starting quarterback.
that is crazy.
Ever. In his 2 seasons that he's played as starters. He was the one guy that last year when there was talk of, okay, if Trey would be here back or who's the quarterback of this team next year, he was Davis Alexander. I'm like, I
You
wanted
wanted
him to
him,
get
yeah.
cut loose.
remember
Because I
that.
would have moved on from Trey in a heartbeat. I would have moved on from to get Davis Alexander because he looks like a gamer.
Jason
and
Moss
he isn't.
knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, they did.
He knew
They-
what he had.
Well, if I could see that Davis Alexander was a little bit of a studier, they clearly know. They know much better than I do.
But that's going to be a great
And-
battle. Rourke against Davis for a lot of years. I see them going to a lot of Grey Cups, man.
I don't see Hamilton. I don't think has a shot at the Grey Cup. I'll say this: I think Winnipeg has a better chance of making the Grey Cup than Hamilton does.
You think so? Say Montreal wins. You think Montreal's going to beat Hamilton?
They're gonna roll Hamilton.
Really?
I'm not sold on Hamilton.
do you
I'm
think,
not like
do you think BC's going to beat Calgary?
I don't know. To start this year, Calgary was good.
But that's VA,
Their
man.
defense was amazing.
VA starts good.
Well, the defense was fantastic, but then like this past weekend against Calgary, like Calgary didn't look good against the Elks. They won 20-10 against this Elks
Yeah.
team that had nothing to play for, and they got help with a touchdown that shouldn't have gone. They should have given up another touchdown. That second half, they put up 3 points or 4 points.
They're not a contender, I don't think.
No, I think BC's going to roll them.
But then I still go back to they beat Saskatchewan twice this year. They went out and like they were such a good team to start this year. Yeah. And BC's defense, as good as the D line is, I'm still have question marks about them, I guess, at times. Watch, and then BC's gonna roll them like 28-10. And I'm like, what was I thinking? Even questioning this.
But
one.
when BC's on offense, you can't stop.
No.
Like, look what they did to the Elks in 32 minutes. They put up 35 points.
Yeah.
Like, they're good, man.
I got Montreal, Saskatchewan in the Grey Cup right now.
That's probably what I would go with too.
I do. If there's one real worry for BC, it's them having to go outside, going to Saskatchewan for the West Final.
Well, depending on what the weather's like, for sure.
I think if it's not Montreal in the East, the Grey Cup's in the West 100%, because I can't see Winnipeg or Hamilton winning it.
Which actually it would be cool if Winnipeg, because no West team has gone through the crossover one at all.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
But Winnipeg has been many times in the past an Eastern Division team.
Yes,
They
that's a
have
good
when
point.
there's only been 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Winnipeg is the team that goes out east, and they have been. The Elks went and played with the Eskimos at the time. They did crossover, and they had to go to Winnipeg for a crossover game. So if there is a team to actually go represent the East and maybe win the Grey Cup, that makes sense. Where it's not like, what is going on here? Winnipeg being that team does make sense. It does work for the history of the CFL.
That's a good point. Yeah. I can't see Winnipeg beating Montreal. I just can't.
I agree, but I thought that about like Chad Kelly and the Argos for a few years. You know, when they get to the playoffs or Montreal, like I've seen it with other teams. Like this team looks too good, and then it just takes one bad game.
Yeah.
It takes Davis Alexander to have a bad football game.
Yeah.
The one time that he's just never played in a playoff game, and all of a sudden the Winnipeg Blue Bombers go, we've done this before. We know Brady's rushing for 120 yards, catching the ball in the backfield for 75, and leads the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to a
Any
win.
given Saturday, man.
That's the thing.
That's why they play the games.
Oh,
Just never know.
That's gonna be so much fun.
I'm sad. There's only 5 more CFL games left this season. Is it 6? Yeah, 5 more. 5 more.
But it should be another exciting off season here in land.
And not one where it's like we're not going to have to deal with the press conferences of a president, a GM, a coach. Like those, we don't.
We won't
have
have
to
to
worry about.
go to the stadium and do live shows.
We get a see a free agent list come out in December. We could have conversations about which Elks players not back, going to be back, but who should they target if they shake loose? Then we get to February, we see those moves. The combine's going to be in Edmonton this year with the Elks having the number 3. That's kind of cool to keep.
Hey, they have a pick this year.
They have a pick this year.
But even though they have the same record as last year, the whole vibes of the organization and the feeling of where the team is going is very different.
I agree. But when we said this last year, and this season, you can't have a bad start next year.
No.
So that's where the schedule is going to be a big one for me. But this team needs to go and they need to start winning some games early. And the only thing is, they also need to just sign Cody. Like in the sense, like we need to know who the quarterback is next year. Yeah. And the fact that Cody has thrown out there that he might not be back because he might not be playing football anymore. That is kind of a little like, okay, this could derail things a little bit because then who do you go with?
Right.
Who is the quarterback of the Edmonton Elks in 2026 if Cody Fajardo decides to retire?
That's a great question.
Yeah, we won't know any. I don't think we'll know anything till after the Grey Cup.
With Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
There won't be anything.
I'll say this. The longer it goes, the more I think he's retiring. If we get to January and he's not signed, I'd be more inclined to think he might be retiring.
He's still young. Why would he?
33?
Yeah. Why would he want
young
to retire?
kids? I don't know if his family moves up here with him during the season, so I don't know if he's away from them or anything. But you also you wonder about like football can destroy your body.
Yeah.
And he's won. He's done it all.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what's next for him. Does he have a plan moving forward?
That's the stuff.
Like with Riley, he had a plan moving forward. He probably didn't need to retire when he did, but he did because he had a plan moving forward that is going to not be as hard on his body and stuff, right? So
how old is Michael Riley?
Cody's a sharp guy. I'm sure he has everything lined up for post football, and we'll see.
Yeah, Riley's 40.
But he's been retired for how many years
2021 was his last season, so take away 4 years, so he would have been 36 when he retired.
Yeah.
So, I do think Cody still has quite a few years still to him. But if he wants to retire, I don't know where the Elks then go. It might have to be a Taylor. Maybe it's a Bo Levi Mitchell.
Maybe it's Jake Mayer.
If they're going, they can't go Jake Mayer.
Boy,
relationship
there.
I don't know,
coach.
But that's also the thing. Like Jay was saying on the post game show, like the Elks need to go find that next home run quarterback, and it's just like, where do the Elks go this season? Even if Cody's coming back, because they do actually have to start planning for life after Cody too, though. Because even with him talking about contemplating this going into this season, this isn't going to be a guy that's here for 5 years.
No.
So
it's probably a 2-year deal.
Who you got to start planning for the future, and is that some college kid from down south? Is that some other? Is it Taylor? Is it someone else in the Canadian Football League that we're not
what the other guy we got? Is he any good?
Well, I don't.
Well, nobody really knows.
But then the thing is, he became 2 on the depth chart for Friday.
I saw that,
but they didn't play him.
I think
why aren't you playing Cole Snyder? Then why in the second half didn't you go to Cole Snyder just to see what he was doing?
And on the Powell thing, like Bo Levi, Milanovic is not dumb. He knows he doesn't have many years left.
Yeah.
And Powell's next up.
Yeah.
Why would they trade their young quarterback?
But that also, if they don't, well, he might be a free agent soon too. He's been there for a number of years. I don't know if he'll be signed. Mm-hmm. It'll be fascinating when that decision comes, whether it's this year or next year. One of those points, Bo or him are going to be a free agent. Where do they go? Because if they're sticking with Bo, they don't believe in Taylor Powell. So I wouldn't want Taylor Powell.
Well, because they know him better than anybody else does.
Well, it's the Davis Alexander, Cody Fajardo situation. Mm-hmm. If you know that your guy is there, and you're willing to move on, what's Hamilton going to do this offseason? If they do keep on Taylor Powell, actually that's part of why I don't want Taylor Powell. If Hamilton's willing to move on from Taylor Powell, he's not good enough because Hamilton knows what they've got in him, and they're not thinking that he's a starter.
But maybe Taylor Powell doesn't want to sign because he's like, I have a chance to start and.
Well, then Hamilton should make the move and go, Bo's gone. We're sticking with Taylor.
Yeah.
But that's why I wouldn't want Taylor Powell just in general. Because then what Hamilton is saying is we're going to stick with Bo, who's an older quarterback, instead of the young guy who could be the long-term future here. And they're doing the opposite of what Montreal just did with Davis Alexander.
Yeah.
So why aren't they committing to Taylor Powell? Why aren't they believing like as good as Bo is, Powell's just as good or is going to be better, and it's time to give him the reins and to have him take over this team. And unfortunately, that means we're going to have to make the tough decision with Bo Levi
Because
Mitchell.
there's not a lot of sexy options outside of Cody Fajardo. I said Jake Mayer, what?
No, he's not.
No, but you said no.
No, he's not.
Masoli's not an option. No one in Calgary.
PJ Walker?
No, hell no. Powell probably not. Arbuckle, Chad Kelly, no.
I don't think they're changing. Is a Dustin Crum or Drew Brown?
No. MBT, no. Like, I'm thinking of all the backups.
So it's got to be a guy that you're finding from down south.
To come in and start?
No.
Never played in the CFL before?
If Cody's not coming back and you need a starter, it's going to be one of the guys from Hamilton, or it's going to have to be Drew Brown.
That's why they're...
Or Dustin Crum. It's going to have to be one, or it's a Trey Ford still here.
That's why Trey Ford, they won't make a move until they know what's going on with Cody. Because if Cody decides to retire, it's Trey Ford.
Yeah.
Why would they go away from that?
Because you're bringing in Bo Levi Mitchell. Type thing. Like that's why. But yeah, if Cody isn't signed by the end of this calendar year, I'll be worried.
Trey Ford moves on and becomes a star. How pissed would everybody be here? Because we've seen it with Cody's, we've seen it with the Colaros, we've seen with who else? VA. Like these guys struggled for 4 or 5 years and then found their groove and became, well, somewhat stars. Won Grey Cups.
Hey, if the Edmonton Elks are winning games and winning a Grey Cup or something, it's all good. It's all good. You don't have to worry at that point.
So I thought there was huge momentum to a name change coming. Now with the passing of Larry Thompson, I'm not so sure I'm as confident that maybe a name change is coming. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I think this is the final offseason that this discussion could even be had.
Yeah, pick a lane. You're either the Elks or you're going to, like, you got to stop. Like, pick a lane.
If they don't make the change this offseason,
then it's not going to happen.
I don't see why you would anymore. Yeah. Like, it's now been 7 years or whatever of the Elks.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Where I'm with you. I would have projected that this offseason or something we would have heard of a name change, whether it be Eskimos or Asks.
Yeah.
But then my ears perked up a little bit when I saw the Turf Traditions like comes out at Labor Day, the merch. And I know it's not a big release. I know there's not a lot of merch, but there's still some merch. And they all said Edmonton Elks. They weren't double E. They didn't just say Edmonton or something. Yeah. They wrote the word Elks on it.
Oh, did they?
And I remember talking to JMO about this last year. He said it takes about 2 years to get merch out. Like, you buy merch now, so maybe Turf Tradition's a little shorter, but you don't put on something that, like, if the moment they change their name, you can't sell Elks. You can't sell anything that has the Elks on it anymore. No one's going to buy it. So that's when I saw that in my eyes, I went, why did they throw that on there? Like, the entire year leading up to that, it was double E. You couldn't see Elks anywhere. Yeah, exactly. You can see the logo or the word Elks pretty much anywhere in the stadium. And now all of a sudden you're releasing merchandise that says Elks on it.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Changing the name back is not going to bring back fans. Okay? Like, we got to stop with that. It is what it is. You know what's going to bring fans back? Wins.
Yeah.
Being in the playoffs.
100%.
Yeah, nothing else.
We saw, like, and now it helps with who they were playing too, to agree, but Calgary, Labor Day rematch.
Yeah.
We saw Saskatchewan, a big game, come to town. Big crowd. Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah.
This team needs, like, if this team could get off to, like, let's hypothetically say it's 3-0 start next year. They're coming back home after a 3-0 start.
Hell yeah.
And it's a nice summer day. People are coming to Commonwealth Stadium.
Like, the Labor Day rematch is always going to be their biggest game, and it's always going to be well attended because it's the Labor Day rematch. It's been like that since forever. But yeah, like I said, pick a lane. You're either the Elks or change the name back, but stop going back and forth that we're this, we're that, we're that.
Because 21 was their first season as Elks.
Yes.
So now you've completed 5 seasons. Huh? If you're not doing it for the 6th, then I think it's done.
And once the Elks do have a winning season as the Elks and go to a playoffs, no one's gonna that stupid. Oh, it's the Elk. The name change is why they can't win.
Yeah, that's exactly why it is. Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Well, it's I always get sad at the end of the CFL season though. It just makes it a little bit because I just want June again.
Well, and I'm a kind of guy too. Like, when the Elks are out, I won't turn a TV on to watch any. Maybe the Grey Cup, maybe.
Come on,
No.
Murray. The games this
No.
weekend are going to be fantastic.
I'll follow them along on my phone, but I'm not going to turn my TV on and sit down and commit 2.5 hours to watch.
I can't wait for
Winnipeg
Saturday. You got
play.
two CFL playoff games, buddy, and then you got the Oiler game, maybe Jays. It's great.
You got a kid?
No,
Once
I
you have a
don't.
kid, you're not going to be able to do that stuff. You got to keep your kid occupied and
Well, you-
drive him around all of his activities and all
Murray,
that kind
you
of
just
stuff.
sit him on the couch and say you're going to watch sports for the next 5 hours.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Well, Tommy and I have actually, this kind of relates to our conversation here a little bit. Tommy, how come Edmonton keeps losing Grey Cup bids? Are they waiting for stadium reno? The CFL has awarded the 2014 Grey Cup in 2027 to Saskatchewan.
Well, yeah. Compare the two.
Well, they just had the Grey Cup.
Yeah, but
And Edmonton wanted the Grey Cup in 2026. It went to Calgary instead, which stunned people.
Yeah.
The rumor about that one is that Calgary was willing to put up some more guaranteed money to the CFL. And now Saskatchewan, who hosted the Grey Cup in 2022, they're now getting in 2027. So that will be 4 straight Western Grey Cups,
Not in Edmonton.
and none were in Edmonton.
good question.
Went to BC, was going to Winnipeg, it's going to Calgary, it's going to Saskatchewan. You then would like to think, well, you'd have to think that in 2028, you're looking at probably going out east at some point. It's got to get back out east. Edmonton's not going to host another Grey Cup for over 10 years in a 9-team league.
With the biggest stadium in the league.
And it's a city that always shows up for big events.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems a little odd.
That sucks. It's probably the stadium.
So stadium renos, but it's not the stadium though, because Calgary's got what for McMahon? McMahon's trash.
Yeah, it is.
I'll take Commonwealth Stadium easily any day over McMahon Stadium, and they got it over Edmonton for next year. So it can't be stadium renos to me.
No, it's got to be, maybe it's,
Well, just the overall vibe and mojo of the team and what's been going on with it going private from a board and things like that. They probably
be funding.
couldn't have done it during that time period when there's a transition going on.
But I know Larry was pushing for next year's Grey Cup. He was bidding on it, and they didn't get it done, or like the CFL didn't pick him. So, but I also do wonder now, while Randy said he was okay with the name change as the commissioner, I do wonder if the CFL, though, kind of went, we're not giving you a Grey Cup if you do change your name. And they don't, until they know that it's not going to happen, they don't want to risk that. Because the one thing that, whether you're for or against the Eskimos name, whatever, there are going to be articles then written. And part of the news story that will be of Grey Cup week in Edmonton will be about the name change. That will be a story. And the CFL may say, we don't want that.
Yeah.
You made the change. We don't want that during a Grey Cup week. Until you solidify saying, you're not doing that, we're not giving you anything.
Yeah.
We don't want negative stories at our Grey Cup. So I don't want it to Saskatchewan. Last time I was in Saskatchewan, 2022, it was hard to get a hotel room and that's why I didn't go.
book now.
Well, basically,
Hotel Sask.
like Calgary, I'm fine. Like the one fine part about Calgary, it's right down the street. You know, we could get to Calgary. It's not bad. Saskatchewan, really?
Hotel Sask, best old fashions I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Really?
Yes.
What made it the best?
It's just smoked old fashioned. Oh,
Oh, JPL has the best smoked old fashioned
yeah.
that I've had.
I heard that hotel is haunted. I stayed there when I was with the Elks.
The
But
JPL?
Hotel Sask.
Oh yeah.
But I never felt or heard any spirits or ghosts.
Is Hotel Saskatchewan haunted? Is one of the first thing that popped up.
Oh, man.
Yes, the Hotel Saskatchewan is rumored to be haunted. It has been the subject of many paranormal stories, including reports of a woman appearing to a guest, floating curtains, and unexplained noises.
Jesus.
So they.
If I would have
they
known
believe
that when I was with the Elks, there's no way I would have stayed there. I would have got my own room somewhere else.
Oh my gosh. You're
Yeah.
into that?
I never saw anything. It's an older hotel. It's very nice. I met Ludacris there, out of all places.
Why there? Was he been performing in
He was
town?
it was like their K-Days, and he was
Oh, okay.
performing. I saw him in the lobby. I'm like, oh my God, that's Ludacris. And then I made Jamin Pelly go ask him for a picture. He was good. Short little guy.
Do you know Ludacris?
Absolutely not.
Oh, this is a rapper.
Well,
He's an actor,
that's
too.
probably why I don't know him then. Rapper.
He's been in a lot of movies. Fast Fury or Furious 5, whatever they're called.
One of them.
He's in a few.
Yeah.
He's in
He
Traffic.
I think he came to our K-Days a few years ago.
Yeah,
too.
he
It might
did.
have been that year or whatever.
Well, just recently he was in town for a concert. Darius Rucker and his and his drummer played golf at the ranch there a couple weeks.
Oh, no
back.
way.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. They reached out to me and said, "Yeah, Darius Rucker's coming to town. He wants to play golf at the ranch." I'm like, that's pretty cool. I wish he would have known how in the world he knew this is where he wanted to play. But that was pretty cool for sure.
Do you know if he's a good golfer or not?
I know he's not that good.
He's not?
No.
Oh, okay. The portions of this hour of the EST Hangout brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, highproductmarketing.com. We almost did an hour and a half just on like the Elks recap.
Well, good. They're a big team in this city.
Absolutely.
We
They
should talk
They
Elks.
deserve more attention than they get, especially now that they're getting things.
I'd rather talk to them now than the other team here in this city.
Well, we kind of also
got to
get.
talk about that now.
We gotta talk a little
We
bit
have
about
to.
this. Well, what's the other thing? We could talk Blue Jays instead. We could talk World
We
Series.
can talk NASCAR.
Well, no, we already did NASCAR.
Damn it.
We could talk World Series.
Hey, Yamamoto was brilliant, eh?
Another complete game.
What a pitcher, man. Holy smokes. But I'll say this. What a great vibe in Toronto, man. Like, it's well done to the fans there. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. Like that Friday game, the blowout.
So what happened? There was, because Jay and I had the Elks game on and the Blue Jays game on. And the Rankin touchdown, it wasn't a touchdown, it was a fumble that gave the ball game went to Calgary. Happened at like the exact same time. And I can't remember which home run it was. Because I saw Rankin go, I'm like, oh, he's going. And then we saw a ball just leave. And it was like simultaneous for us.
Barger, the Grand Slam.
I think it was the Grand Slam though, because I was like, oh, that's gone. And it was just like they both happened at once.
9-run, 6th inning
It's huge.
was the difference in the game.
Well, that's good. A 9-run inning is going to make a difference in every game. But
You got Glasnow going up against Scherzer tonight. Glasnow in the postseason has a .68 ERA, 0.68 ERA, 1.13
That's pretty
whip.
good.
Otani hasn't
Through
even
13.
pitched for them this.
No.
this
Game
series.
4
Yeah,
probably.
Game 4 probably.
Glasnow he's pitched 13 innings. He doesn't have a decision. He's 0-0 wins loss, but he's 1.13 whip and a .68 ERA in those 13 and a third innings. Max Scherzer going for the Toronto. He's 1-0. He's got a 3.18 ERA, 1.24 whip through 5 2/3 of an innings pitched. Glasnow has 18 strikeouts in those 13 innings too.
But this Jays team's just like they don't strike out a lot. They're built different. They like I love Scherzer. Like he's just a madman out there. But I will say I'm a little concerned for the pitching today of the Blue Jays.
When you see those numbers,
Yeah.
they got to get to the bullpen as early as possible. I know that's easy. Like that's
Easier said than done,
simple.
yeah.
That's just no kidding, man. Like, but that's the goal tonight. It's not about getting runs on Glasnow. It's just getting him out of the game as quickly as you can. And sometimes that's just taking your pitches, having long at bats,
But
so
on
that
the-
you run up his pitch count as high as you can, so he can get out as quickly as possible.
But on the flip side too, like the Jays bullpen is it concerns me.
Yeah,
And Scherzer, like Gosman was really good in this. He went up to the 7th, and then he got 2 home runs hit off him. But he was really good up until that point, right? But that's what you need. Like if Scherzer can only go 4 or 5, then you're sweating for
trouble,
the
yeah.
next because Varland highly inconsistent. And then if you're either going Lauer or Bassett, like those guys I have faith in because they're starting pitchers and they got good stuff. But the rest of the bullpen scares the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
Like Hoffman's good, but he's your closer,
Yeah.
right? Like Fluharty's, Fisher. Don't even get me started on Little. So we'll see. It's been great though, man. I can't wait to see the stadium rocking in LA there. All the celebrities, and it should be a hell of a game. I can't wait. 6 o'clock can't come soon enough.
2 blowouts so far, though, really, right? 5-1 was a
11-2, 5-1.
5-1.
It's interesting because the Jays on Saturday got to Yamamoto in the first, and then that guy he got better
He
every
dialed in.
inning, man. Like and I love Yamamoto because like he was going like even when his team was batting, he's in the dugout like going through his motions throughout the game. Then he has this little notebook, And he's going through his notes. Like, that guy is dialed in, man.
He also cleans up the dugout once the game's over.
Yeah, he cleaned the dugout after the game.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very Japanese culture thing. They're very famous, the Japanese national soccer team, of when their game match is over, they clean the whole locker room and it's left perfectly tidy. Like, it's just their cultures. They go and do those things. Yeah, you see him on Saturday after the game. He was like cleaning up the dugout and stuff.
Yeah.
After a complete game.
A complete game, World Series victory, ties the series up at 1-1, and he's cleaning out this dugout. It's scheduled right now for tomorrow. It'd be Ohtani versus Bieber in the pitching matchup.
Too.
The ESPN, they have a little matchup predictor. Right now, for today's game, they have Dodgers at 67.9%, Jays at 32.1%. Tomorrow they have it at 50-50. Now, I don't know if they mess with that because, or it's not touched because they haven't gone. They would need to see today and they just leave it at 50-50 for now. Or if they think it's just good tomorrow, it's going to be a close one because it's Bieber versus Ohtani. But this is 6 o'clock tonight. You got Monday Night Football tonight. Who is the Monday nighter?
KC Commanders.
Yeah, 6:15 for that one.
He's starting to roll, though.
Yeah, they're finding their
I think
groove.
they'll take care of the Commanders pretty handily.
I'll be all in on the Jays. I'll dabble a little bit.
How awesome is it for our country, though, right? When the Jays see that success, the only team in Canada in the sport, and boy, like the country just gets dialed in for it.
Not all of us.
You're
It's
not
Canada's
at all, hey?
team, man.
There's a lot of non-Jays fans in this country, too. I'll just say that one. There's also Blues, Penguins, Bruins, Senators
Yes.
in the NHL, if
Let's
anyone's
go.
interested. I don't know if that intrigues anyone.
Screw it. Let's do it parlay. Only 2 games.
Well, you might as well jump beyond, go
So
to
I
baseball.
I hit Friday, but I hit on my personal parlay.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice hit. I can't remember what, and I missed it yesterday by 1. I needed one more McDavid point. It would have been a nice payout too because I had Rozovic goal.
So it's just your own thing that you're not sharing with anyone.
Well, yeah, it's like I do the screw it, let's do it parlay, and then I do one on my own, which is like 6 prop bets.
What's the screw it? What's
Well, Murray, let me tell you.
Yes, I would like to hear this.
On EST afternoons, it's just a 3-leg. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, 3-leg parlay.
3-leg parlay.
Like, is that how you say this?
Coop, Quack, and I all make one pick.
Okay.
We've hit 4 times so far. It's been over 2 weeks. We've been doing it every day.
And they're big numbers,
And
though.
they're prop
Yeah.
bets?
Yeah, so
Like points, goals.
but they're also big numbers. So it's like plus 100 means if you bet $100, you're going to win 100. So you'll get 200. You'll get your 100 back. You win 100. That's a standard. Like, that's a decent number. The first one they hit was plus 900 or something.
Yeah, and the second
So if you
one.
bet 100 or you bet like you win 900, so you're
Are you
walking
actually
with
betting it?
But
Yeah.
like they're like,
Oh,
but
wow.
like in those ones you put in like $10 down. I think the first one you did $10.
I did. I put the 50 free bet.
Not on your first. Let's do it.
Yeah, I put the 50 free bet, and then on the second one I put 10. And
But so they're for whatever reason hitting, and I say for whatever because like it's hard. Like when you get to plus 900s or plus 800s, they're high odds because they're not expected to generally fully have. You're asking for things like Koo put something in the parlay last week that this guy was making fun of
he put a Bull Duke goal, and he scored.
Oh my God.
We didn't hit that one, but
because of you.
Yeah, our second one.
But-
Our second one we hit was plus 1260. So if you put $100 down, you won 1260.
And you won that?
We won though. I didn't put 100 though. I only put 10 on that.
Yeah, because on those when you generally don't put the 100, but 10, it's winning $126. And
So what I'm trying to figure out though is how you're doubting these guys' ability to pick this stuff. They're hosts on EST for a reason. They know what they're talking about.
yeah, but no one goes 100% on betting.
No,
That's the thing. Like I think a good I feel like with betting, depending on the level, like you want to be like a 400 or 500, 600 batter type thing.
like the funny thing about ours is that we're not big bettors, so like we're just kind of picking players. Like,
Yeah.
we're not putting a lot of thought into it. Like I suspended myself for one bet because I was questioning Coop. We're not supposed to question each other. So
Are you suspended? Did you suspend yourself or what happened there?
I suspended myself for one day, so I let a nasty make a pick. I'm back now.
So what is typical, like if you were to put Draisaitl get a goal, what would that pay?
Not a lot.
Yeah, I would think that's
Because
not-
he's expected. So generally, like a Draisaitl goal could be anywhere between like it could be minus money. So like minus 100 means you have to bet $100 to win $100.
So you win nothing. If he gets a goal, you just get your $100 back. That doesn't make any sense.
That's actually kind of similar. That's the number. Like, okay, let's say it's minus 200. You have to bet $200 to win $100.
Okay.
That's where. So when you get in the minuses, that's kind of how you do it. Minus 100 and plus 100, kind of pretty much.
Like yesterday, I built a parlay. I had McDavid 2 assists, Pickard saves, Nurse block shots, and it was like a plus 400. I put a Jack Roslovic goal and it jumped to plus 1,700.
Ooh.
Yeah, because
And
goals
all that you missed out on was McDavid needed one more
I
assist.
needed
McDavid
one
ruined
more
it for him.
assist.
In overtime, it could have happened.
Yes.
So you like on the edge of your seat with these, like just refreshing your phone, make sure everything's
No, you
happening.
just-
Or if you're doing all Oilers stuff, then that's
No. I barely pick Oilers.
oh okay.
Yeah. I barely pick. We generally don't go Oiler games. We just like Kubel pick. If there's 8 games, we each have a random guy from a random game and go with that.
You can find the EST Afternoons Let's Do a Parlay. Screw it, Let's Do a Parlay. On Play Alberta, playalberta.ca. Click on EST Specials. I want to get to over under 4 Play Alberta. Download the app, visit on playalberta.ca. Rob Manfred, just to baseball, he did say on Saturday that they are looking at other cities in Canada beyond Montreal that would be viable expansion candidates. That really only means they're looking at Vancouver as well, because there's no other place I would think that you'd go to in Canada. If I put in the next 10 years, so by 2035, over under 1.5 Canadian teams in Major League Baseball.
2035.
So in the next 10 years, over under 1.5 Canadian teams. So it's Canadian cities with the team. So basically, in the next 10 years, will there be expansion in Canada, into Canada for Major League Baseball?
I'll say no.
Yeah, I
So the
think
under,
no.
the under.
Under, yeah.
I started this decade thinking by the end of this decade we would have baseball back, a second team back.
We need the
in Canada.
Expos back after watching that
disagree.
documentary on Netflix.
I disagree on that.
I do have a life. I don't just watch
I was
Netflix.
going to ask, between watching sports and documentaries,
Netflix.
how do you-
Netflix is his
how do you
thing.
have
It's
time
so
to
everything
even
is-
work?
sad. What happened to the Expos? A bunch of jabronis
Yes.
killed that team.
Do I want to watch it and get angry? Because I am angry. The Expos were my team. Like,
Yeah,
I'll get
you'll-
angry.
You'll get I got emotional.
I don't want to.
And I wasn't an Expos guy, but no, you watch it, man.
I'm going to get angry.
Yes, that's okay though.
I don't want to
was
be angry.
I was angry too at that Jeffrey Loria.
Yeah.
That guy's and his little sidekick, that little D word. Oh, and they interview him throughout it,
Because he sells the teams. He'll take the Marlins and
and he takes over the
screws them.
Marlins.
Yeah.
But he bought the team knowing he was going to screw them over.
Yeah. And Bud Selig, I don't have sympathy for Bud Selig and stuff. I will say I don't want the Expos back though.
Why?
I would rather a team in Vancouver
No,
because it's a lot easier for us in Edmonton to fly to Vancouver to go watch a baseball game than that to fly all the way to Montreal to
but
watch a baseball
Montreal's
game.
amazing.
I
bro.
get that. But the idea that like Friday after work, you could fly to Vancouver, don't have to go clear customs, you don't have to switch to American money. You're there in 90 minutes. You could spend the weekend watching a series, come back Sunday night after the
But
series
Vancouver
is over.
has the Mariners. All right, isn't everybody a Vancouver a Mariners fan?
Mariners or Jays, so they'll drop those teams and they'll become.
How impactful would that be for the Mariners if Vancouver got a team?
I think. It depends on how many, like, because the Mariners, I think the big thing for them, they probably get a fair amount from Vancouver most of the part. I'm just guessing on this part right now, but it's the Toronto series that they get the big one.
Yeah.
I'm still assuming there's going to be a good amount of Jays fans that are going to stay in Vancouver, that you're still going to get them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the Mariners would be too thrilled by it, but if 29 other owners approve, well, I don't think the Jays would also be too thrilled by it.
Well, maybe not.
They have their home market is 37 million, 40 million people. It's one of the largest markets that you can have for what they can reach for regional broadcasts and stuff because they get. But if you also bring in Vancouver or Montreal, you now have to split to a degree. I just from a selfish perspective for us in Edmonton, it'd be a lot easier to go to Vancouver to watch a
for sure.
baseball game. That's why I would rather them over the Expos.
But it'd be so beautiful if the Expos came.
I agree. The history behind them
Yeah.
is already there and established. I think that would make
UP
more
could
sense.
come back.
But
Yeah.
what big markets in the States don't have a ball team?
Nashville.
Okay.
You could make the argument of Portland. Charlotte's one that's being discussed. I think those are kind of your big three. Yeah, those are the three. The one I will always, though, say I will stand behind Jeff Gershell on this one Because one, he would know better than I would, but also when he says it, you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Mexicans love their baseball.
Yes, they do.
Mexico City, 20 million people. You could sell out 40,000 each night in Mexico City.
At real dollars? Like, I mean, is there money in Mexico City that could afford the real dollars that it takes to be going to games and advertising games and things like that?
Well, your immediate television viewing audience is 20 million people. You could probably make a lot of money through the advertising in the sponsorship world that you don't have to be the New York Yankees in a premium expensive product to go see.
Yeah.
And you could sell it, like you could build a big barn and sell that out every night. Whereas many baseball teams can't sell out every night. Like as good as the Jays fans are right now, Toronto's not selling out a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday throughout an entire season.
Well,
it's just hard.
Is crazy.
It's a big stadium.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games. You're not going to do it. It's the ones that are like Fenway type thing is like 30-some thousand. It's a little easier than 50,000. I think with Mexico City, you probably could do 40, 45 every night that you host.
Oh, yeah.
20 million people in that
That's
area.
a lot of people.
So then Jeff always talks about Mexico
And
City.
you take Alejandro Kirk, the face of the franchise.
You're just trying to kick him aside away
No,
from
after they win the World Series.
Oh yeah. Oh, it would be. I think I'm with you guys to the over under. Like I do think they'll still be under. I don't think they'll come to because the other part is I don't know who would own it. Who in Canada would put the money up?
EST, baby.
Actually, the funny thing is that one thing I would love to do is because the province of Newfoundland does it with their tourism. They have a sponsorship of a soccer team overseas.
Really?
I forgot which team it was, but it's just Newfoundland is just on their jerseys.
Oh, wow. That's
I want to go to like 9th division in England or something and find some semi-pro league and have Edmonton Sports Talk as their best sponsor, or the kit sponsor.
Oh, my. Well.
I just don't know how much that would cost or whatever. But it'd be funny, just like some average league, nothing league, and just have Edmonton Sports Talk as an advertiser. Actually, Mark Spector and I always joked with the Mark Spector show back in the day on Team 1260 at the time. We always wanted to also get like a big billboard at Dunedin for spring training, like of just like Spec's face. Because like it'd be like one of those people come to the ballpark and be like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
But just go buy one of those billboards and just put a sponsorship logo there. Like go get Dusty and Eric right now, put them on a billboard at the Jay spring training facility. Those are the fun ones to do. Okay, should we talk Oilers? Before we do, the official drink of the EST Hangout, finish long drink. Legend of 1952, a drink on again, another sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada is where you can enter your postcode and find a liquor store and establishment nearest you with the long drink in stock. We got Murray McCourt, Hernan, Salas, Iwanyk with you here on the Hangout, by the way. Lock Shop coming up at 11. We got Oil Stream with Dusty and Trev. We got EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show with J Mill, and that's all till 6 o'clock. Okay, where are you with the Oilers?
10 games in. Yeah, they just keep playing. They come out with a dull effort, and then they wake up when it's too late. Living off the power play in the last couple of games. I don't know, Matty. Is the scoring going to wake up, or is this just who they are? And I think it was fair in the offseason when I questioned where the goals were going to come. I know Reed did a whole 2 segments or a whole show on it, and we got torched. And I think, hey, we weren't wrong because as good, Savoy's been good. I think Howard, in the limited time he gets, he's been good. I think Tomaszek's been good. But expecting these guys to score 20 each, I think was a little ridiculous. I think it's going to take them time to get going. I wasn't expecting Frederick to score 20. He's not going to.
Maybe over the entirety of his contract, he might.
I mean, Nuge has been
Not a good start.
Dry's scoring at least, but he's not. Like, that's the thing. Like, I saw people on Twitter yesterday, Dry was brilliant. People not see his 6 turnovers in his own end that led to grade A chances. Like, it's scoring, just because you scored doesn't mean you played well.
Accurate, yeah.
Sorry, but that's the truth. I think 97 and 29 have been off, even though Trisaddle's scoring. Yeah, there's concerns about the scoring on this team, Matthew. And I said it, this team is not as good as the one that finished last year. And I think that's the truth. Offensively, this team can't score. How much is Hyman going to help that? He's going to help.
Yeah, you're missing a
He's not
pretty
going to
big
hurt
piece.
him. But again, kind of what we expected. They were going to drop in terms of goals, and that's exactly what's happening.
Well, yeah, my take is people just need to be patient. I mean, they didn't get off to a good start last year. They got off to a horrific start 2 years ago, and they made the Stanley Cup final. They're going to sort it out. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to be just fine. But, I don't know. Like, McDavid probably needs to be a little more selfish and shoot the puck a little more. That would probably be helpful. But, some of the things, like Ekholm's not been good.
It's been terrible.
Yeah, and so... on the show before, I've been talking about it. You got to expect that he's going to continue to decline as he ages. He's going to be injured more. His game's going to decline, so you can't expect him to be playing like he was in his early 30s and whatnot. Bush has got to get his head out of his ass defensively, if he ever will.
He does it in the playoffs. Like you paid Bouchard to do it in the playoffs.
Yesterday was by far his best game. I mean, no bad turnovers, a great pass. He played with Nurse, which is always interesting. Yeah, but you're right, Murray. Like, those two guys almost make $20 million, and they've been dog crap. Mm-hmm. Ekholm is he's been bad. Let's just call it how it is. Their best defensemen have been Kulak, Emberson, and Wallman. And that's not going to work for this team. If those three guys are your best defensemen, then you're going to have problems. Now, goaltending, Skinner has held up. I know some people were questioning his performance on Saturday. Fair enough. Pickard, steady Pickard is no longer steady. He's struggled this year. Let's call it how it is. He has not been good. And the one thing that has to stop, guys, and I'm going to lose my freaking mind, the line juggling, man.
Yes.
Like, stick with a damn line. At least yesterday he stuck with it most of the game. But, man, like, what is Knobloch thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get any chemistry and consistency going when the lines juggle. But Hyman's going to come back maybe as early as Saturday, and then you're going to have to juggle some more stuff up. So, but yeah, they got to get some consistency going there. But when he gets back, I mean, they've got some lineup decisions to make. They got too many guys. They might need to.
Howard will go down.
Yeah, that's an easy one to do. They're not giving him a lot of ice time anyways, and it probably makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's like he's not getting sent down because he's been poor. I think people need to separate that. He's being sent down because he's a young guy. He doesn't need waivers, and it's going to benefit him.
Yeah.
Right?
He can go down, play 22 minutes a night, first power play unit, kill some penalties, be the guy, percolate a little bit, and get better. Like, he's playing fourth line minutes most nights in Edmonton.
8 minutes yesterday. Him, Savoy, and Thomas.
What does that do for him? like, long term, he's got to be in your top six. Not today. He's not ready for it. So let him percolate in the minors and maybe bring him up later in the year if he's not lighting it up. If not, just let him sit there and for the year and get better. And next year you got to expect more of him.
This is not the year for the Oilers, my friends. They'll be a playoff team, but they ain't going far.
It's too soon to say.
No, I'm saying it right now.
Well, Tommy said that he thinks this year, well, it was from last year, like in the offseason, this is a year they'll dip, and then next year, they'll come back.
I think next year.
Because you've gone to 2 cup finals. That is like, hey, Florida's done it. They went to 3 straight.
So did Tampa.
Tampa did it 3 straight, but it is, especially when you look at the West in general.
Yeah,
like
there's
the West
a
is
lot
hard.
of solid
It's hard to
teams.
see that you're going to get there 3 straight years. That maybe you need a little bit of a dip to then cap goes up. McDavid's contract's there. You fill out this team, then it's there. Tomorrow's an interesting one because you got a team that's coming in on a 7-game win streak. Utah Mammoth, best team in the West at 8-2.
Yeah, Logan Cooley's on fire.
Dylan Gunther, Nick Schmaltz. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Schmaltz, yeah.
Like, they're playing good. The Oilers need to, and I think Gager keeps saying it, the Oilers, for some reason, always wait to see what the opponent's going to bring. And then they decide, we probably have to put in an effort tonight. Like, look at last night. I'm getting fired up here.
Yeah, I love Duck Dad did say Hernan's been doing a bit of the quote-unquote calling how it is today, and he hasn't been wrong yet. So
they get, both teams played Saturday. Edmonton travels. They get a huge break. No Quinn Hughes. I'll give Canucks all the credit in the world. They were the better team. They gutted it out. Kiefer Sherwood, who, let's be honest, he's a He's a damn good player, but he's a bottom 6 guy.
Sure.
He looked like the Moose yesterday in that game. He should have had a hat trick, right? If it wasn't for Myers going offside. But you can't. And then Mancini gets hurt. So they're down to 5 defensemen, Murray, in the third period. Oh, but Hernan, they tied it. Who cares? They still lost the game. They showed up for what, 18 minutes? It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. Knob with his stupid line juggling. The Oilers' top players not showing up. It seems like they have no interest in playing October games.
No, they don't. But to me, I'm not somebody that's too like. They'll be fine. They'll get the playoffs. They'll be fine. Then they turn it on.
I don't know why, but notoriously they are a horrific starting team at the beginning of the season.
This is their best start.
Exactly. The last 3 years, this is their best start.
But the thing is, it used to be December. December used to be their bad month. They've now just bumped that up to October.
Right. In December, they're pretty darn good.
They've actually in January they'll be pretty good.
Jim John says, "Oh my God, Hernan, overreact much?" Well, yeah, I'm overreacting to a bad start. They're playing. Listen, yeah, it's their best start in 3 years. But you cannot be impressed with the style of hockey they've played. They haven't played a good game since the second game against Vancouver? Yeah, right? Yeah. They haven't played good. Well, and we can only, if you think they're playing well, hey, man, we're all entitled to our opinion. I don't think they're playing good hockey at all. I don't. Can they turn it around? Sure. But, guys, they're going, how long is that road trip in November?
Yeah, that's not is it an 8er? That might be what this team needs. They'd like to be maybe they need to be on the road.
Well, they didn't help in October on their road trip. They were awful.
November has an 8-game road trip. No, 7 games. 7 games. Sorry, 7 games. 7 games. Well, it's so in November, so they got to get through. They get Utah on Tuesday, Rangers on Thursday. They then play Merge Blackhawks on Saturday.
You better believe it, baby. They better throw up a dud that night.
They play back-to-back Monday, Tuesday on the road in St. Louis, Dallas. So there's 2 road games. They're back for Colorado on Saturday, back for Columbus. Or stay at home, Columbus on the 10th. Then they're gone for 7 over the course of like a week and a half, like 11 days or so. Back for 1 against Dallas. Then they go to Seattle to wrap up the month. And then they get a 5-game homestand. But they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 road games and 4 home games in the month of November.
Wow. That's gonna test them.
Yeah, it will for sure.
And again, Matty said it. He's not worried. They're going to be a playoff team. Mm-hmm. They have too much talent on this team to not be. But we're talking about 10 games. We're talking about this weekend. They're still not playing good hockey. That's the truth. That's it.
Yeah.
Can they turn it around? Can they win this whole week and sweep the home game? Sure, of course they can. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't be shocked. Would you say Utah Rangers, who are a mess?
Chicago.
Oh, my
And
Blackhawks.
Chicago. And Chicago's playing some good hockey.
They're fast as hell.
Isn't Bedard having like a really strong start to the
Frankie
season?
Nazar?
Frankie Nazar, man. I remember everyone when the Blackhawks signed Frankie Nazar to the contract, they're like, what are you guys doing? He's only played 30-some games. He's not that... How are they giving him so much money? I just laugh. You've never seen him play then, man. If you think that that's a bad contract, just watch.
Well, they better not lose to Chicago on Saturday.
Both teams, 10 points.
Who?
Rangers, Chicago and Oilers, both at 10 points.
Nice.
They are 4-3-2. The Oilers are 4-4-2. So the Chicago actually has a game in hand. And
You know what's good about
and the
Tuesday?
Rangers 3-5-2.
You know what's good about Tuesday's game? Utah's due, man, for a loss. That's my go-to. I always say teams are due,
Well,
and it
that's
never works
fair.
out that way.
Well,
Hey,
that's fair.
7 straight.
You don't win them all.
And if you're the Oilers and you get that win, you just took down an 8-2 team. That's the
Hell
confidence
yeah.
you need for the rest of the way.
That's the
Gonna
turnaround.
that's going to be the turnaround of the entire season.
Turnaround season right there. Frederick hat-trick.
Oh, my God.
Let's do a parlay tomorrow.
I will
3+
not take Frederick.
goals. Trent Frederick, 3+ goals.
That'd be plus like 6,000, man.
It would be great.
He did have 8 hits yesterday, so
1 for each year of his contract.
Yeah, like that's
one for
They were negotiating against themselves and the whole thing.
I don't think they
signed him-
negotiate.
I know, like they could have signed him for 2 years for that money. That was just insane. But that's Stan Bowman.
He's got 7
That's
years to
Stan
figure it
Bowman for you.
out. So
This was a fun EST Hangouts.
Yeah, it
we
was.
talked a lot. We wrapped up the Edmonton Elks 2025 season, started looking ahead to 2026. We'll see what happens. CFL playoffs get going this weekend. Also, the Grey Cup announced that it'll go to Saskatchewan in 2027. So Edmonton missing out on the 26 and the 27 Grey Cup. Hangout brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts right now until the end of this week. 75% off 8 weeks on 5x5, 5x10, 10x10 units. Check them out, sentinel.ca. Murray, Hernan, thank you for coming in for the Hangout. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the EST Hangout. As I said, presented by Sentinel Storage right here in Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. We got Lock Shop, we got Oil Stream, we got EST Afternoons, we got the Reed Wilkins Show, all until 6 o'clock right here on EST on YouTube, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, TuneIn, iRadio, Apple Music, as well as podcasted everywhere. On behalf of Murray, Hernan, I'm Matt. Once again, thanks for tuning into the Hangout. Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop with Dusty and Huss in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.